P Diddy a bitch. 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 P Diddy a bitch.
Sean Combs is a bitch. Yeah. Sean Combs is a bitch. They bitches too. Sean Combs is a bitch. Yeah. Sean Combs is a bitch. Yeah. You don't hit women when you're a man. You don't hit women when you're a man.
P Diddy a bitch. 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 P Diddy a bitch.
Sean Combs is a bitch. Yeah.
I'm not going to call P Diddy a bitch or any other name like that. But I ain't gonna stop anybody else from doing it. I'm not gonna malign them. P Diddy a bitch. 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 P Diddy.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, so let's get those likes up. All right, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._A_Shakur, TikTok at Dr. A Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. And as per usual, if you don't like what the Queen is cooking, you already know what to do. Okay, so let's get this show ready. All right, hey, Jeff ATL, Reggie's in the house, Simply Kaya's here, Witty T, Pretty Wings, Ella is here, Lady K. All right, Pearly, I see you, beloved. Sheila Askins in the house, Sandra, Deronda, 504 Nola, Giggles is here. All right, so let's get ready to get into it. Now, where are my moderators? Are any of the Queen's moderators even here? Hey, most hated bronze flat power god, Poetical Winds, Giggles, Namaste, my aunt Egypt is in the house. All right. Most hated bronze flat power god, did I say you? Okay, Tarab Muhammad is in the house. Okay, so with that all being said, let's get ready to get it started. Hey, Big Mama. But before we do, let's have a brief word from my sponsor at 12 Tribes. Hey, Sheila and Sandra. All right, here we go.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
All right, and don't forget, you can purchase 12 Tribes for your hair at Etsy.com. Just look for Lisa Crafts, and you can also find it at Walmart.com. Okay, so let's get into it. Now, first things first, let's talk about Jason Hamhock Whitlock. Okay, now you guys who've been following me, you know that I cannot stand Jason Whitlock, okay? Can't stand him. He's a whole raccoon. And every day he finds another reason to prove me right and to verify my claims about him being just that, okay? So now what he's doing, now you remember I reported to you on yesterday that there's a lawsuit against Skip Bayless and Fox Sports and all of that, by a woman who claims that she was sexually harassed and all of this. And Shannon Sharpe's name was mentioned, but only into the aspect of him being someone that there was a rumor or there was a reason for Skip Bayless, allegedly, to think that this woman had been messing around with him. So now I want you all to pay attention because Mr. Jason Hamhock Whitlock is accusing Shannon Sharpe, basically, of Skip Bayless being sued. That's what he's doing. Okay, don't look over here, look over there, he says, pretty much. Shannon Sharpe accused of baiting Skip Bayless into SE-Actual Olympics, which led to bombshell Fox lawsuit. Now, mind you, this is what Jason Whitlock has said. So let's get into it. All right, let's get into it. Now, everyone, please hit that like button. Okay, it doesn't cost you anything to like and share the video. Also, if you have not been receiving the notifications, you can always find the links to the broadcast in the YouTube community tab and also on my X account. Okay, and my moderators share them. So with that all being said, hey, Christy Love, Seneca. So with that all being said, I see you, Didi, in Dallas. Just make sure you're doing your due diligence, because I told you guys people get unsubscribed every day. Okay, so let's get into it. Skip Bayless finds himself at the center of a bombshell lawsuit after being lured into a battle of sexual exploits by Shannon Sharpe. Now, I'm just trying to figure out how the hell is this Shannon Sharpe's fault? Okay, that's according to his former Fox Sports co-worker, Jason Whitlock, who has accused Sharpe of baiting his former co-host into an sexual Olympics. See, let me tell you something. I can tell you right now why Jason would say this, and mind you, this is my opinion, but Jason's big and out of shape. Okay, he looks like a whole ham hock. All right, that's what he looks like. He looks like a ham hock, and he looks like a walrus. Is all I'm saying. Okay, like Cat Williams said. So that I've been said, he's mad. Shannon Sharpe's in good shape. Okay, I'm sure he's hating. That's what this is. Now he wants to blame this man for what Skip did. Says he walked around that place. This is what Jason says. He walked around that place like he was banging every makeup and wardrobe girl in the place. He was known for running around there in the tightest little boxer shorts that he could find and nothing else. This is what Whitlock said of the former NFL star. Running around the office in boxer shorts? I seriously doubt it. If he were, wouldn't someone likely be suing him? And wouldn't that possibly have been mentioned in the lawsuit? Okay, like I said, sounds like he's jealous. And how do you walk around like you're banging all the women in the office? Okay, please make that make sense. Now, anyway, goes on to say he has baited Skip Bayless, for lack of a better explanation, into a pimp competition. So because Shannon Sharpe's walking around with big muscles, okay, drenched in melanin, so that's why Skip was so upset. That's why he was allegedly harassing this woman, and that's why he was accusing the woman of having relations with Shannon, which she denied, by the way. Now, who can have the most girls in hair and makeup like them? Okay, this was a pimp contest to see who can have the most girls in hair and makeup. Want to be with them. Now he added that competition is for idiots. That competition is for people that want to get Me Too'd. That competition is for people that want to end up in a lawsuit, and that's where Skip is. No, the idiot is you, Jason Whitlock. Okay, Jason Whitlock, you're in fact the idiot. If you think for 1 second that because Shannon was walking around the office being himself, or however he was carrying himself, that had anything to do with what Skip Bayless had on his mind. Okay? Bayless allegedly offered a former colleague $1.5 million to sleep with him, according to the lawsuit filed in Los Angeles. Now, if you weren't here on yesterday, I read through the lawsuit. Okay, I mean, it sounds crazy to me at the end of the day. But, you know, I do believe that Skip Bayless was doing inappropriate things to the lady. Okay, I think that he absolutely was, because some of that stuff just didn't sound like she could make it up. Now, it definitely doesn't sound like it was Shannon Sharpe's fault either. Now, the former Undisputed host, 73, is accused of using his position to sexually harass women and inappropriately touching a hairstylist who worked on his show. Nashin Faraji has made a series of stunning allegations, first reportedly by Front Office Sports, including that Bayless gave her lingering hugs and kisses on multiple occasions. Now, Sharpe is not named in the lawsuit, and the ex-NFL star said that ain't got nothing to do with me, and it doesn't. Now, he was actually named in the lawsuit, but not as a defendant, not as anyone culpable of doing anything, but basically because Skip was concerned, allegedly, according to the woman who's the accuser, she was saying that Skip Bayless was accusing her of having been pee popping on a handstand with Shannon, no less. Okay. So anyway, goes on to say that Sharpe said that ain't got nothing to do with me, but Whitlock believes that Sharpe might have played his part in dragging Bayless into a competition of women. It's just amazing how he's trying to shift the blame to a black mind. I find that very interesting, Jason, the raccoon, but let me continue. Understand Skip's personality and how hyper competitive in a delusional way that he is. This is what Whitlock says. He actually thought the debates on the show Undisputed were real. He's a weird and different dude. So he's locked into a competition with Shannon Sharpe in his mind. If it's in his damn mind, how is it Shannon's fault? Okay? How is that Shannon's fault? Again, please make it all make sense. Now, as a result, Whitlock claimed Shannon toyed with Bayless and drew him into a battle in a field where he will never be on the same planet as me. There's sexual Olympics inside male locker rooms. Everybody is swapping stories about who they're banging, Whitlock says. And so Skip Bayless, in his own foolishness, thinks he's competing with Shannon Sharpe and Shannon Sharpe's ability to seduce, flirt with, conquer the women inside the Fox Sports wardrobe, makeup, and hairstylist locker room. Doesn't Jason Whitlock, just listening to the story as it unfolds, doesn't this remind you of back in the day when our ancestors were trying to run away from the plantation? Doesn't Jason Hamhock Whitlock remind you of the ones who would run and tell massa so they could get an extra piece of chicken and a biscuit? No less. Doesn't he remind you of those types? I'm just saying, I'm sure those are his ancestors that did those things. But let's continue. This is all crazy. Now, according to the lawsuit, Bayless became more aggressive over the years and later accused Faraji of having sex with Sharpe. This dude is jealous of Shannon Sharpe and he's seeing ghosts everywhere. And Sharpe is putting those ghosts out there, according to Whitlock. Now, he started competing with Shannon Sharpe in the sexual Olympics and he got out over his skis. This is what he said. He said something stupid and now a lawyer has it and it has turned into something else. That's how it goes down. He really thinks he's making sense. Bayless is alleged to have begun making advances to Faraji after she started working on his popular Undisputed morning show. She claims that he gave her lingering hugs and kisses on the cheek while putting his body against hers and pressing against her breast. He allegedly offered the hairstylist $1.5 million for you know what. Okay. So anyway, okay, I think we've all heard enough. I think we have all heard just about enough of the foolishness. It's just amazing to me that he's trying to blame Shannon. Okay, Andrew Vesson said the Olympics doesn't have sex. Of course they don't. Deronda said a butter biscuit. Yes, that's exactly what he is. Jason Hamhock Whitlock. Sandra said, Queen, you gonna make me cook chicken wings and grand biscuits for lunch, damn it. I mean, this is what it sounds like. Hey, James, this is absolutely what it sounds like, okay? Oh, this is all crazy. But anyway, with that all being said, let's talk about Mark Curry. Now, I find it interesting that I was just reading you all some excerpts from Mark Curry's book, Dancing with the Devil, How Diddy Burned the Bad Boys of Hip Hop. And now they're reporting on Mark Curry calling out Jay-Z and Diddy, saying, don't think Jay-Z and Puff are the biggest moguls ever. This came out yesterday, and actually, I was supposed to go over this last night because I actually had it in the title, okay, that they both got dragged. But, you know, I got carried away and forgot all about it. Now, former Bad Boy Records artist Mark Curry recently voiced his frustrations with hip-hop moguls Jay-Z and Diddy by accusing them of getting rich while leaving others behind. Seems like a recurring theme in the music business of life, and life, period, for that matter. Curry, who was signed to Diddy's iconic label from 1997 to 2005, took to Instagram Live to address his grievances and criticize the two music industry giants for what he perceives as their failure to help others rise to success. Saying, don't think that Jay-Z and Puff are the biggest moguls ever, he says. They are great people, but what you want to look at is the great people that weren't able to become because of them people. How many people could have been greater that weren't made because of their empowerment? Okay, you know, that all makes sense to me because at the end of the day, when you think about the fact that you know, basically, how Diddy basically and Jay-Z too, allegedly, this is all alleged, were blackballing people. Okay, how they were allegedly blackballing people. But hold on, you guys. Okay, Byron Cook said he's big mad. All right. So anyway, let me see if I can find that video real quick. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. You know, he did say in the book, I just remember from the excerpts I read to you how low down Diddy did this man. Okay, this man's mother was sick. He was losing his home. He did all of this work for Diddy, traveling with him and everything. And Diddy didn't give him any darn thing. Okay, didn't want to help him. And then remember how Diddy booked him a gig in Detroit, and he just basically didn't want to give didn't want to give Mark any of the money. Told him, get your money from the promoters. Mind you, had it not been for Mark Curry, Diddy wouldn't have even had the gig. Okay, please pay attention. Oh, it's so crazy. Hold on, you guys. Likes up. Everyone, please like and share. Let me look up his Instagram because the other Mark Curry is coming up. Okay, I think this is him. All right, there he is. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Let me make sure this is it. Hold on. Yeah, I think this is it. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. There go TC Dan. Finally, I have a moderator. Oh, I thought I was all on my own, guys. I thought I was all on my own.
Wanna know now. I am willing and able. Come on. So I put my cards on the table. I wanna know ya. I wanna love and treat you right. I wanna love you every day and every night. We'll be together, yeah. With the room right over our head, we'll share the same room. Hey, this is love, this is love, this is love, this is love that I'm feeling. Come on, y'all. This is love, this is love, this is love, this is love that I'm feeling. Oh, yeah. Look at what he said. I wanna know now. See, I am willing and able. So I put my cards on the table. Come on, let's do it. I wanna know ya. I wanna love and treat you right. Well, bro, my whole purpose of doing that is to let people understand I am talented for real. This is not I'm gonna say something that's gonna get me. I'm talking about, bro, I'm with the gods of this. I just wanted to say that tonight because I was just thinking about deals. I don't care about no deal. Ain't nothing in no street caring about no deal. Give me a deal and I don't like it, I'm gonna give you a deal and you ain't gonna like it. Straight up, man, we dealing. I deal. I play cards. I don't gamble because I don't like to lose, and when I lose, I start doing whatever. I don't lose. There's no way I can lose. And I'm so offended sometimes when I think about how we act. Deals. We don't need no damn deal. I don't deal no more because I'm the top dealer. How you gonna deal with the top dealer? I said it in that one song I did with Puffy. They say Curry gonna hit again. We gonna dreams what we living when this what the Can't shorthand the dealer. Yo, y'all go study that song I said, study that verse I had. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm be so upset on how it's coming in live and how people be doing. I don't even like going live like that. I just like talking. I don't want to read nothing. Because all of the stuff you read, it be people want to watch it later, and then people who with you want to type, and I'm with everybody who with me. But people who just want to read it, F you. I'm telling you, man, y'all better start being supportive, but can't shorthand the dealer. The game is gorilla. Who am I? Oh, man. The official bona fide, tested and tried. Get in like cancer and work from the inside. Y'all got to understand me what I said. Get in like cancer and work from the inside. Ooh, Lord. That means I'm able to enter your soul and get in you like cancer, nigga, and I will fucking break your fucking kidney, lung, every functional working part of your body down. Y'all better be ready, because this is the God's year. Nobody playing around, man. Nobody playing around, man, about whatever you want to hide it. Ain't nobody on that. But listen, man, real is real. I told you. Look at another post I just post. I just said, you Israel. Israel means.
Okay, he's babbling. He's clearly babbling a little bit. I don't know how long that video is, and I don't have time to waste. So we're going to go to this clip. That someone posted, okay, so we can hear what he says about Jigga Man and the Diddler. Okay, this is like a 3-minute clip. Here we go. Now let me put an overlay on here, you guys. Put an overlay on here and play a little music. All right, there we go.
Why they going through what they going through? Because you know why? You do not. These niggas is crazy. They crazy. That's why they going through what they going through. Because you know why? You do not do God's children like that. Of course they are fake. Of course they are. Only way Diddy can come over this is give us more moguls and honesty. No matter how that happened to Jay once Puff went in. I don't talk about them much, man. But I will tell you this. Don't think that Jay-Z and Puff are the biggest moguls ever. They're great people. But what you want to look at is the great people that weren't able to become because of them people. So we're going to leave them there. How many people could have been greater that weren't made because of their empowerment? Like, how many kids didn't eat because they wanted to have a Thanksgiving party or a Christmas or birthday party? Be like, damn, I hear your party and stuff, but how many kids is eating? Ain't nobody eating off our celebration? Why are we celebrating? What we celebrating if ain't nobody eating? Y'all ain't got it. Diddy had the power to help other people. It's a shift it's like a change in balance, a shift. It's not about, it's not about what he can do. It's about what needs to be done. And actually, some people are not in position to be the power decision makers at hand. That means like the game has moved on. You can't do nothing except for sit back and enjoy what was given to you because life moves on.
He's right. Jay-Z and Diddy, they could have a tremendous impact on the industry as far as helping their brothers and sisters. But, you know, they were selfish, just like the Bible. And the Bible says there's more blessings in giving than got the power to.
All right, so there you guys have it. Let me take this off the screen. Said they could have done things, you know, but they basically didn't. And you know, here's the thing. It's not that they owe anybody anything, but the people that were working for them, they're artists, they could have done more for them. I mean, specifically Diddy could have. He chose to get rich and, you know, enrich himself off of his artists while they were broke. That's what Diddy chose to do. Which is very selfish, and that's absolutely why he's getting his karma right now, as far as I'm concerned. But at the end of the day, some of y'all still want to praise these people. Some of y'all still want to sit up here and praise them. You know, at the end of the day, these are two people that they have done things against us as far as I'm concerned. Where the alcohol and stuff that they made deals, you know, contracted with deals for and gotten rich off of that alcohol has been dispersed in our communities. Okay. And whether you know it or not, now those of you who follow my spiritual channel know this, that alcohol, well, it causes demonic behavior in some people, specifically brown alcohol. It causes demonic behavior. Okay. The word alcohol comes from a demon. The word, an Arabic word, alcohol. Okay. It's a demonic spirit. That's where the word comes from, alcohol. This is why when you go to liquor stores, they're called spirits, because you take on malevolent spirits when you drink alcohol. Okay, specifically if you drink too much. Just having a few sips is one thing, but overindulging in alcohol. Okay, it's just like the bacchanalias that I told you about that they had back in ancient Rome. The people would get drunk. They would engage in drinking alcohol and all sorts of debauchery, and then they had to finally cancel those things because of violence. Why do you think the people got violent? It was because of alcohol. Some people get, you know, drunk and want to act a fool, act out of character, want to fight, break things. These are demons. And this is promoted heavily in our communities. And Diddy and Jay-Z were privy to that. Okay? They always get the people who look like us and use those same people against us. I keep telling you guys to watch that movie Trick Baby. Okay? They were telling us about it subliminally back in the day. That's right. Lady K said, yes, it alters the mind. Absolutely. Okay. Hot Coco said, Queen, I love your casual wear. Thank you, beloved. HCY Project said, did you hear on his new cologne, 3 a.m. Devil's Hour? It's called 3 a.m. Yeah, I didn't hear about that, beloved, but that absolutely is the witching hour. Okay. A time where they conjure up nefarious spirits. James Allen said, Diddy and Jay-Z are part of the problem against the Black community. Absolutely. But you will find Black people always trying to cater for them. You will find Black people getting mad when people like me, call them out and want to hold them accountable for the things that they've been accused of. And not saying that all of these things are true, but I do believe some of these things are true. But, you know, some people just don't want to hear it. Or they're trying to bring the Black man down. When, in fact, they're not the only ones being accused. There's white men that are being accused too. Okay, I mean, look at Skip Bayless, for example. All right. Now, with that all being said, I want you all to see, Reggie said the brainwashing is real. Absolutely, beloved. Now, I want you all to see, first off, let me say this. Juju B, beloved, is that the link to my meditation channel that you dropped? Okay, thank you. Thank you for putting that in there. I was just making sure. I don't want anybody to be confused and wonder, like, what is that the link to? Okay, thanks, beloved. Now, listen. So, I just want to remind you guys how the other day I did a video about Ronnie Bo and his grift. And, you know, basically how some of these people who look like me, if my skin tone go on Sean Edwards' channel, and it's nothing but a minstrel show. Okay, it's just a clown show for them. So, now on last night, Courtney B was on there, or yesterday, Courtney B was on there, Courtney Burgess. Okay, if you all remember Courtney Burgess, the man who was saying that he had the flash drives for Kim Porter's book. He was telling all these lies, which I exposed him first. Okay, I was the second person to interview him. Matt Cox of True Crime interviewed him the same day as I did. He interviewed him like 3 hours prior. Okay, but I called him out on his lies and BS. And now, even though this man is a known liar, Sean Atwood brings him back on his platform because now Courtney Burgess is saying that he met Jay-Z. And let's not forget that Ariel Mitchell Kidd is his attorney. Okay, now with that all being said, and I bring that up because she's now having a complaint, and we're going to get into that in a second. But Courtney Burgess was on Sean Atwood's channel yesterday, and they literally were clowning him after he left the show. And they were asking him all these questions, trying to entrap him in more lies. And you can see that's why they brought him on there. So they were making a fool out of him, and he is a fool. He is a fool for going on there in the first place. You see, it just never seems to amaze me how some people who look like me would do anything for clout or money. And that's why he was on there. They likely threw him a few dollars, okay? Now, they say they don't pay people for interviews, but they likely threw him a few dollars, okay? But at the end of the day, he was on there making a whole fool out of himself, telling more lies. And then they talked about him on live and had more people that looked like them join the live and went in on him after he left. And I'm going to show you all just what they did. Because let me tell y'all something. If y'all support people who don't look like us, who clown people who look like us, who use them as a means of a minstrel show, you need to think again, is all I'm saying. But anyway, before we get into it, let's talk about this attorney, Ariel Mitchell Kidd, who seems to be upset because she's mad because of the jokes that were told at the Golden Globe Awards by one Nikki Glaser. Now, she's sitting up here mad about Nikki Glaser's jokes. If you ask me, you don't even have to ask me. I'll tell you anyway. Ariel Mitchell Kidd, I told you already, is shiesty to me. She's a shady attorney. I'm not sure about her ethics. All of the people that I've seen of her representing as of late, as it pertains to the information or the cases or allegations against Diddy, they all are liars. She's had Adria English. Adria English is a liar. Courtney Burgess, he's a liar. Okay. And then she had that woman, what was the woman's name from Oklahoma? That woman's a liar too. And this isn't alleged. I'm telling you they're liars. Okay. I've already shown you the receipts of their lies. Now, the woman from Oklahoma, that's the same woman who stabbed up somebody over a darn game or something like that. Wasn't it a video game or whatnot? And then now she's talking about the incident that happened with Diddy in the 90s, ruined her reputation. Ma'am, you already ruined your own reputation. And second of all, like I told you guys, when I was going through the lawsuit filing, how come she never said anything else about her sibling, her half-sibling who supposedly won the trip, and that's the reason she was supposedly even there? How come she didn't say she called them when she woke up at the hospital not knowing where she was? So this woman represents unethical people as far as I'm concerned, specifically as it pertains to Diddy's case. I don't know about her other clients, but now she's complaining because someone told some jokes. And I just think this is her way of just, obtaining media coverage. Okay, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but I could be absolutely right. Sean Diddy accuser's lawyer criticizes Nikki Glaser's jokes at Golden Globe. Nikki Glaser's opening monologue at the 2025 Golden Globes drew criticism from lawyers representing Sean Diddy Combs' accusers. They found Glaser's jokes in poor taste. Now, stand-up comedian Nikki Glaser opened Golden Globes 2025 with a bold monologue, taking a dig at rapper Sean Diddy Combs. In a recent development, the lawyer representing the alleged victims of Diddy Combs has criticized Glaser for her controversial jokes at the Golden Globe Awards. The jokes, which were made during the event, have been described as horrible and in poor taste, okay, particularly in light of the serious allegations against Sean Diddy Combs. Now, speaking to TMZ, the lawyer expressed that Glaser should be ashamed of herself for making light of such a sensitive issue. This is what Ariel Mitchell, an attorney representing several clients accusing Diddy of assault, expressed, that she hopes Nikki herself has never experienced assault or been mocked for it. She further criticized the situation, stating that trivializing such a serious matter is precisely why many assault survivors hesitate to come forward and report their abuse. Now, as per the portal, another attorney of Diddy's accusers, Tyrone Blackburn, said he'd expect the comedian of Nicki's success to be skilled enough to find humor that doesn't make light of drugging and rape. Now, I have to agree, it isn't funny. I didn't hear Nicki's jokes, but I'm sure they were nefarious. But bottom line is, Ariel Mitchell Kid needs to sit down somewhere. Now, Tyrone Blackburn can complain only once. But as far as Ariel Mitchell Kid, girl, do you even really have any legit clients? We already know Adria English is full of lies and all cap. Okay, and this lady that she came out from Oklahoma, that lady, as far as I'm concerned, sounds like she's full of lies and all cap too. Okay, she didn't even say that she knew who did anything to her, but she tried to tie it to Diddy by saying that when she returned to Oklahoma, some strange woman called her from a New York number, telling her that, oh, don't try to say anything about Diddy because he's a celebrity and nobody would believe you anyway. Remember how I told you how that made no sense? Why would they call her when she got back to Oklahoma? And who is this woman? Okay, she didn't call back the number to try to figure out who it was. At the end of the day, the strange woman called her, warning her not to mention Diddy, but she didn't even know that Diddy had done anything because remember, she said that she woke up in the hospital after being drunk. Okay? So it just sounds like a money grab to me. So Ariel Mitchell Kid needs to sit down somewhere. To me, none of her clients' claims are ever substantiated. They all just sound like a bunch of BS. And that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Now, with that all being said, the comments have sparked a debate on social media, with many users echoing the lawyer's sentiments and calling for more sensitivity in comedy, especially when it involves serious allegations like rape. The comedian's representatives are yet to issue a statement. Now, on January the 6th, Nikki Glaser mentioned some of the biggest Hollywood controversies of 2024 during her monologue. She took a jab at actor Timothy Chalamet, Selena Gomez, and rapper Sean Diddy Combs. She began her speech by praising Zendaya for her performance in the romantic sports drama Challengers. Now, saying that movie was more sexually charged than Diddy's credit card. I know, I'm upset too. The after party isn't going to be as good. Making her debut as a host at the Golden Globes, she joked, I know the Stanley Tucci freak-off. I know the Stanley's Tucci freak-off does not have the same ring to it. Okay, no baby oil this year, just lots of olive oil. This highlighted the lack of the usual over-the-top moments of the year. I mean, to me, the jokes just sound like just some jokes. I think people sometimes get a little too sensitive at the end of the day. I mean, but what do you guys think? Do you think that Nikki Glaser went overboard? Because this is my first time hearing her jokes. Now, Nikki Glaser was the talk of the evening with 9 outfit changes, excluding her red carpet look. Her wardrobe featured silver, black, pink, red, another pink, another red, and whatever outfits. So anyway, what do you guys think about it? What do y'all think? Y'all think she went overboard? Because I don't. I think that people need to loosen the hell up and stop being so serious. Now, the way they were talking about the jokes, it sounded like, they made it sound like she was specifically talking about people being drugged and raped. But from what I just read, I didn't see anything wrong with it. James Allen said, no, she didn't. Okay. Queen Sam said, everybody's so sensitive these days. I mean, really? What the hell are comedians supposed to do? Just keep their mouths shut? Not talk about anything ever? Make jokes about anything ever that's controversial to some people? Like, sit down somewhere. Honey, I still want to get my laugh on. Hell, I make jokes about Diddy. And will continue to do so. Okay? Sheila said, Diddy didn't see the awards. They can be a bit boring. Oh, you said didn't see. I said Diddy didn't see. You can tell I have Diddy on my mind. You said you didn't see the awards. They could be a bit boring. Hey, I don't watch them either because I think they're just rigged. I think they're rigged at this point. Red Wine Entertainment says they just got a South Louisiana town mayor soliciting and buying drugs. Guess he got that Diddy effect. This is all crazy. Red said people so raw, they need to use baby powder and keep it moving. Okay, so anyway, with that all being said, now let's get into Courtney Burgess going on Sean Atwood's platform and getting clowned after he left. They didn't clown him to his face. They waited until he left, and then they had 2 other people join, and they all had a roast. Okay, they all had a roast. And like I said, I don't feel sorry for Courtney because he took his silly self on there. Okay, he took his silly self on there. And I don't know when these people who look like me are going to realize that they're just being used as minstrels. Because that's what they look and sound like. All right. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. I'm just going to play a few minutes of this just so you all can get the gist of what I'm saying. Put my overlay up here. Oh, and also, you guys, do you all like the background music? Once in the chat if you like the background music. Ones in the chat if you like the background music. Twos if you don't. Let me know. Red White Entertainment said, I definitely don't feel sorry for Courtney. No, I don't either. Ones if yes, if you like the background music. Twos if you don't. Okay, so y'all saying yes. Well, thank you, because I made it myself. I made it myself, okay? I made it myself. I made a couple of other ones too. So I'm glad y'all like it. You know, because I usually use the background music that's uploaded already, preloaded in StreamYard. But then I heard somebody play the same song that I always play. So I was like, you know what? I got to make my own music. I got to make my own thing. Okay, Juju said, 2, AI need haters around the corner. Yeah, I don't want to play anything but talking, beloved. I like that song too, haters around the corner. Okay, so anyway, let's get into it. I'm going to put an overlay on here so you guys can hear them grilling this man to get him to tell more lies, which he foolishly did. All right. Yeah, there we go.
Out today. Book been out.
All right, next question. If someone is going to try and unalive you, do you have a dead man's switch?
I have a God that protect me. No, I don't have a dead man's switch. You know what I'm saying? I got a God.
Let me tell you how stupid that was for them to ask him that. If he did have a kill switch, why the hell would he say that on a lie? Okay, this is all so stupid. Okay? But nobody's going to try to kill Courtney anyway, because all he's doing is making up lies and BS. Please pay attention.
You know what I'm saying? This ain't the first time somebody tried to unlife me. You know what I'm saying? You don't wake up with bullets in your body or bullets thrown at you like rain.
Speaking of God, we had Pastor Eddie on last night, and that was one of the most amazing stories I've ever heard. And I'm going to put Adopted Kids CA Horror Story is what it's called. And I'm going to put it in the chat, because if you missed that one, check it out. It's something else. We were all crying for the first hour. Pastor Eddie's podcast. I'll put it in the description box for people on replay as well. That's number 3, sorry.
Receive the book. If somebody purchased the book, then receive it, email me, and I'll get it to them. Show me proof of purchase, I get it to them.
Now, I want you to pay attention. So somebody asked Courtney about books that they paid for, that they ordered, but I guess they live out of the country, and they said they didn't get the books or whatever. Okay? They said that they never received their books. He's saying send him an email, and then he'll send it to him. Please make it all make sense.
All right, have we got your contact details in the description box? Let me just check. Yeah, I think we do usually. All right, we will. We'll get his something in there. You want me to put your email in there, Courtney?
Yes. They show me proof of purchase. I send them the book.
How do they find your email though?
It's hiphopherald537@gmail.com. hiphopherald537@gmail.com.
Hip Hop HERALD, Hip Hop Herald.
HIPHOPHERA.
Now pay attention. They're checking Courtney on his grifting, but they didn't say anything about Ronnie Bowe. Please pay attention.
ELD537@gmail.com.
537@gmail.com. Right, that's now in the description box. If people have got books and haven't received it, Courtney just gave his email address out. hiphopherald537@gmail.com. I'll put it in the chat as well, because
And Casanova is not the artist. Casanova is a clothes that who sell me clothes and make clothes for me. It's in Newark, New Jersey.
The second part is, did you receive the files for the book before or after Kim Porter's passing? Courtney just got zapped.
It was 11 drives.
Could you just repeat the answer, because you got zapped then?
I received it while she's alive.
You going through tunnels again, Courtney? With crappy Wi-Fi? You received it while she was alive.
And I see the other 7 afterwards once they seen I really was doing something with it.
What did they see that you were doing with it?
T-shirts and books.
Right.
What's happening?
All right. The next part of the question.
Chris Todd got the shirt in a book. And Wade. They never got it from me. Whoever I gave it to, they was giving it to them.
Why didn't he do ebooks for that fake book? For that fake Ace book. Exactly. That would have been the best thing to do. Then he wouldn't have had any overhead. He could have just simply sent them the links. Okay? Like Ronnie Bo was supposedly doing. Oh, crazy, honey. Now he got to spend money for shipping if you send it somewhere, and specifically if you're sending it to a different country. That's likely why these people are not getting their books. He's keeping the money.
So, Symmetrics Beauty wants to know, what's your relationship with Chris Todd now?
We speak. I spoke to him today. I don't get mad over money. You understand?
All right. Well, then her next question is, why didn't you put the book out anonymously instead of letting Chris Todd put it out?
It was a business.
Are you drowning in payday loan debt? Have you taken out multiple payday loans and are unable to pay them back? Then
Still.
Now I want you all to pay attention to what he just did here. He did what liars always do. Okay, Dragon Lily said, I thought he threw it in the fireplace, allegedly. Yeah, that is what he said, beloved. He said he threw those flash drives in the fireplace. I mean, he just tells so many lies he can't keep track, and nor can we, clearly, because he tells so many. But I want you all to pay attention how he just answered the question. Okay? They asked, why didn't he just put the book out anonymously rather than getting Chris Todd to do it? Then he says it was a business deal. Nobody asked you what kind of deal it was. Of course it was a business deal. The question was, why didn't you put it out yourself? See, now Chris Todd has the money. When the money's released from Amazon, if it may have been out released already, I don't know. But if and when the money's released from Amazon, it's in Chris Todd's name. And he's not going to say anything slick about Chris Todd because he wants to get his money. Talking about he doesn't fall out for over money. But I told you guys, when I talked to him off the record, after I interviewed him that day, I asked him, why did you sit there and talk all that trash about Chris Todd to me? And then you get on here and act like he's so cool. He was like, oh, because, we still haven't gotten the money split yet. And he's like, once I get my money, I'll come on your show and drag him. Honey, Chris Todd's not giving him that money. Please pay attention. He played himself.
All right. And the next question is, can you give us a piece of information that solidifies the legitimacy of the book?
That I still could put it out, and the judge said no. I'll be sure it was 80% true. And then everything in the book is happening today. If you bought the book, you'll see everything that's going on. It's in the book. From Miss English, I think her name Ariel. It showed that she had the black on, while everybody else had white.
Michael wants to know, what degrees in the Freemasons are you?
30 degrees.
Good day. Just ain't gonna ask me about
33? 33, did you say?
Yes.
Isn't that the top?
Can I ask you a question, Courtney?
Now, Courtney just sat up here and said that he's a 33rd degree Mason. And they don't believe him, and nor do I. And so now, Noah don't believe him either. Said OMFG 33. Yeah, that's what he said. So now they're about to ask this fool some questions just to make him dig a hole for himself. Please pay attention.
Have you ever been charged with a crime?
Yes.
Then there's no possible way you can
Yes.
see that you're a 33rd degree Freemason if you have a criminal record. As you'll know, no criminal records are allowed in Freemasons.
Well, first of all, I was charged. I wasn't convicted. It's a difference.
Okay.
I never did time. The most I was sent in jail was 7 days, and that was for murder.
Okay.
I was bailed out.
Okay.
Sean got a way of getting paperwork. He can get it. I'm sure he did it.
I just want to say, Uncle Mike.
Public notice.
Uncle Mike, I know you're going to be watching this back and reacting to it probably tomorrow, right? So big shout out, Uncle Mike, and all of your viewers right now. Well
my
done.
book wasn't returned.
Okay.
Your
My
phone.
phone wasn't returned.
Do you have to apply to get it back?
They told me come get it, but I ain't gonna get it.
You think it's a trap?
No, I didn't think it's a trap. I just don't need it. What I need it for?
True. So Tommy's asking, I thought you were given the drives in case something happened to Kim. How could you think it was an artist?
Oh, nice.
No. When I had the drive, I didn't use it. I thought when it's given to me, I thought it was music on it. They never told me what was on it. Shakur Stewart never told me what was on the drives. He just gave it to me. He said, Kim said, take the drives, it's for you.
Juju says, so you telling me devil worshiping can't have felonies? How oxymoronic. I love it. I know, right? Make it all make sense. So they have morals as it pertains to committing crimes, no less. But anyway, listen. Now he's saying that he had the flash drives while Kim was alive, but he didn't know what was on there. Now remember, he said Shakur Stewart gave them to him before he died. And mind you, I told you that Shakur Stewart died in November of 2008. 10 whole years before Kim Porter died in November of 2018. But now he's saying that he didn't even know what was on there when it was given to him by Shakur Stewart. You see how his story keeps changing? I don't even know why he keeps coming on here. Well, yes, I do. He keeps coming on there because they're paying him. Okay, and don't ask me how I know, but I know. They're giving him a few dollars. Now, here's the thing. They're not giving these other people who go on there on a regular basis. They're not giving them anything but clout. Please pay attention. That's just facts.
I just want to say a big shout out to the side chat. You're on fire this evening. Okay.
They are on fire. They've been anticipating your return, Courtney. You've got quite a big following. A lot of people interested in your story.
No one could have anticipated this.
No, because it was true. If you're from New Jersey, people know who I am. If you're really from New Jersey, you know who I am. I don't gotta tell you. You could Google Hussein Fatal and Courtney Burgess. Hussein Fatal was Tupac outlaw. I signed Hussein Fatal, not Tupac. Tupac asked me to sign him, not sign him to relativity.
Anything you can do to like sort out the drone situation, Courtney?
Now, you all, please listen to this. This is where you know he's a whole damn fool. Now, he just asked him about the drone situation. Okay, basically asking him if he had anything to do with it, because he's going to imply that the Masons had something to do with it. Now, watch how he answers this.
Say it again.
Anything you can do to like sort out the drone situation. What's the fog about, Courtney? What's the fog about? The Freemason fog. Tell us about it.
No, I can't.
Okay.
Do you know that? You know, I'm not going to answer questions on that.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Now, did y'all hear this fool? Did you guys hear that? He asked him about the Freemason fog, knowing good and darn well the Masons don't have ish to do with the fog. But this fool is sitting up here lying so much and doesn't even know what he's really lying about. It's clear he has no knowledge of about the Masons, really. And then he's sitting there saying, now, you know, I can't say nothing about that. If you know, I can't say nothing about that. Fool. He was being sarcastic. He didn't really think the Masons had anything to do with the fog. This is all sad and pathetic.
Right. When you get your birth certificate, when you try
I tell you what, I would like to ask you, right, to prove yourself in the 3rd degree to me, okay, by reciting the secret word.
No,
okay?
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna see. You just heard it was a secret word.
We'll do that offline. We'll do that offline.
Is there no help for the widow's son?
How old's your granny?
He's been zapped again.
That's the level of exhale that is required here. It's them.
Kelly wants to know, how can you write a book if you didn't know what was on the drives?
I didn't write the book. I printed it out.
This is amazing. Sean, in fact, you know what? I can't. I've lost too many brain cells. I can't even put anything together. Like, honestly, the whole made man thing got me. Courtney, just confirm Jay-Z didn't come to you in a vision. Okay, please just confirm this wasn't like a vision that you had. Okay.
No, it wasn't no vision.
Okay, that's fine.
No,
that's fine. I just needed to ask, but otherwise we'll get to the end of this interview and I'll regret not asking you. So that's fine.
So we had Suge Knight on last month, and you got a question from a viewer. Would Suge Knight give you a thumbs up or a thumbs down, Courtney?
I don't know what he'd give me. I won't look for Suge Knight to give me anything.
Why'd you say that?
Why would he? Because Suge is who Suge is. You understand? Suge in a place that he don't want to be at, and he'll do anything to get attention. So I don't need his approval to give me anything. Suge never gave me anything in his life. And if I wrote him before when I was at Atlantic Records, I never got an answer back from him. To be honest.
Babe. Oh, hang on.
Here you go right there.
No phone numbers. Oh. Alter Ego. What does that mean? Alter Ego Records.
You see the logo?
Yep.
Okay. You see what it is?
Luna said, Queen, Sean must have watched one of your lives. Of course he did. I told you guys he was stealing my content. I knew he was stealing my content when I did that video about Diddy's chakra bursting and harvesting the energy. And then I heard him on his live days later talking about Diddy is harvesting energy from people's chakra. I knew then he was copying the Queen, honey. That's what people do.
Say it in there, right?
What's the symbolism of the logo? What does this mean, Ron? Do we need to get Beverly on again?
I thought he said cinnamon lemon roll.
Right. Beverly's watching. I'm going to message her. See if...
With the symbol, tell him.
What are you talking about, Courtney?
Can you see the symbol? Beverly, right now.
Go on eBay and buy yourself a cane, and then come on here with this wild tale, son. Okay? I challenge thee, sir. I challenge thee to your knowledge of the Freemasons.
You funny.
All right. We've figured something out.
I'm about to show you something else.
We figured something out.
Hey, Sean, won't you call your boy Sean and let him show you what I sent him? The plaque.
Shane.
No, that's
Shane.
That's a fail.
I'm not good with names.
Hey, Shane, did Courtney send you a plaque? Bev responding right now about this symbolism. All right. I'll tell him to hold it up again. Can you hold the records one up again? Can people in the chat decipher what's happening here? Courtney, we're starting to suspect that you're in the Scottish Grand Lodge of the Freemasons.
I'm a what?
You're in the Scottish Grand Lodge of the Freemasons.
Well, that's right there.
Wow.
See them plaques?
Yep.
Okay then. So I don't gotta keep telling nobody on here or showing what it says. So I'm keep proving myself like I'm a, you understand?
Yep. Christy wants to know if you remember a time that you met Tupac.
Yeah.
You able to elaborate?
I was on the east side. I was going to collect some numbers at the time from somebody in Little Italy. That's where I got the name Pizza from. Because when they sent me, they asked what else I want. I said, I want a piece. They said, I gave you 2 slices already. I said, no, I want a piece of the action. So when somebody asked, who is that? He said, Pizza. I said, my name ain't Pizza. Don't correct someone older.
Welcome to Wegic, the first AI web designer and developer that creates your dream website just through simple.
That Italian. So I said, okay, I ran with the name Pizza. So I ran into one on the east side of New York.
Oh God. I'm just reacting. So are we?
James, I think that was James that asked me, or were they Irish? No, they're over in the UK, but I actually think Sean Atwood is Australian, though he lives in the UK. But that's where they are. They're in the UK, beloved.
Carry on, Courtney. Sorry. This is
telling us the first time, one of the times he met Tupac.
Okay.
Yeah.
Keep going, Courtney. Keep going.
That was the first time I met him. Then I met him again when I was at a show with Jay-Z and Queen Latifah in Newark, New Jersey. He remembered me.
So now he was at a show with Jay-Z and Queen Latifah. I'm sorry, we've not heard him say anything about being around Jay-Z. See, I want you all to pay attention. See, it's funny how some of our people can pick out liars when they want to. The people that they don't really care about believing, they can point them out. But when they have people that they want so desperately to believe, they will not point out their lies and inconsistencies in their stories. Because he's doing the same thing that somebody else who goes around telling these stories is doing. What he's doing is, now that a new story is out, a new narrative about Jay-Z, now he comes on this man's show talking about he met Jay-Z. Now, when they ask him for an old story about Tupac, he brings, or, they're asking him questions, he brings up Jay-Z. Now he did a show with Jay-Z. Prior to that, he was best friends with Tupac because we were talking about Diddy. You see, this is what people do. Just like when he came out talking about he had Kim Porter's book, then somebody else, I'm not going to name them, but they started all of a sudden talking about, I got a piece of Kim Porter's book too. Now, they've been telling stories on ScrewTube for years, and never did they ever say that they had a part of Kim Porter's book. Now, they did mention that she was supposedly doing a tell-all book, but hell, a lot of people were saying that. But now, all of a sudden, they too have a piece of the book. I just want you all to pay attention how you can tell when people are lying because they just be adding ish to their story. Whatever pops up new in the news, oh, now they got something to do with that too. Okay, that's how you can tell the liars, honey. Please pay attention because like I told you guys, when people go from platform to platform, getting paid to do interviews and give salacious information and details, juicy stories that people want to hear, okay, well, after doing that for so long, after going on so many shows, they've told all the stories because there are some elements of truth to what some of these people are saying, I do believe. So once they tell the stories that they really know about, we're privy to, now they want to keep getting paid. Now they want to keep going on these interviews because that's their money grab. So now what do? They start making up lies. They start mixing lies with truth. They start inserting themselves in the news stories that are coming out currently. Okay, please pay attention. Please pay attention.
So you're getting asked why you now say Shakur when the last time he was on, he said Kimura gave him the tapes.
He ain't asked me what time. This is when they started calling me Pizza. Mr. Pizza. So I don't just gotta sit here and make a story. Y'all asked me, it been there. Okay? What's that? Who is that? So don't tell me what I didn't get. And I got it right there. It wasn't planned.
Yeah, we know what you got. We know what you got.
Okay.
We're just putting the viewer questions to you. We're not doubting some things.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, with this outlaw thing, Ali Carter, previous name.
I don't know nothing about. I don't know nothing about her. That's his father, his daughter, all of that. I don't. I never met her before. I never knew he had kids. I knew he got married before. I know he dated Madonna.
Fuzzy wants to know, how did Tupac tell you to sign the music artist if you didn't know him like that?
No, I didn't say that. Who say Fatal was older then? I didn't say I didn't know him like that. He was sitting home. Fatal got arrested he got sent home. He's walking in the club with a gun. And he sent them home after he crashed his Land Cruiser.
Sandra wants you to throw up Freemason hands, signs, and the secret handshake.
No, I'm not. Sean, listen. Listen, I'm not. Listen, are we in a government experiment right now? Like, are we lying somewhere?
We're being MK Ultra.
Like, what
Courtney is literally MK Ultraing us.
No, listen. I need to just have a word with Sean. We need to just go down here and think, what the fuck is happening? Like, what is happening right now? Okay.
Are you a Mormon? Are you a Mormon presently? Still, Courtney?
Yes.
I want to hear more about the Freemasons. Tell me more about the Freemasons.
I'm not allowed to tell you more of that. I just told you already.
Is it a secret?
I just showed you the plaque. Come on, stop doing that to me. Like, I gotta keep proving something to y'all guys. I showed you the plaque already.
No, listen, you can show the plaque. The plaque's public knowledge. That's the symbol.
We think
no, Sean, no. Listen, I'm sorry. I'm not having it. Tell me the history of the Freemasons. Tell me why the handshake originates. You're going to know that. It's public knowledge. It goes back to the era of stonemasonry and kingdoms. The whole, there's even one part of the handshake which you'll know, which dates back to a long time to prove that you're a freeman. Hence Freemasonry. Come on.
No, I'm not going. I just showed you my plaque.
Oh man.
And I'm not going through all that. I'm not going through that. I didn't just make it because y'all said it. They ain't pop up. I've been had that ever since High School High. The movie, the soundtrack that showed you enough proof right there.
I'm sorry. So the proof of the Freemasons is High School Musical. Is that what you're trying to say? This High School Music?
No, I said it's next to the plaque of High School High, the movie.
It's next to the plaque of High School. Courtney.
That's show you the date.
Okay, I'm about to fast forward this and get to the part where he leaves and then they clown the hell out of him because I'm tired of listening to this bullshit. Plus, I want to tell you all about this other story real quick.
You're stuck in a tunnel again.
This would be a good training tool.
Is that all it is?
He's coming
Right
back.
there?
He's going to show us. He's going to show us something else. You're frozen on the screen. Oh, here we go. Can you decipher that, Ron?
Black book, silver text.
The writing on it was blurred.
Yeah.
Funny. What does it say? Read it to us. Oh,
Courtney Burgess has gone. Right, listen. I don't know what's going on here. What's going on? What can I just say? I just want the clip of when he said he was a made man, because I swear to God, you lost it, then I lost it, and then that was that, man. That set the tone for the whole thing.
Okay, now, as you all can see, he's gone. He's no longer on there. Now, I want you all to listen to how they clown him behind his back after he's gone. And they have more people join the stream.
I had the giggles for the whole thing because of that made man thing.
He seems fairly self-aware, right? He knows what he's doing. He seems to answer questions all right on the news, right? So, I don't know.
Guys in the chat, what did you make of that interview with Courtney? Please put in the chat, because my head's still trying to decipher it.
Faye says, I unsubscribed to the Sean Atwood channel weeks ago. They're crazy, in my opinion, making jokes out of serious things. Exactly. And then clowning black people, because that's what they really be doing. Some black people are too stupid to know they're getting clowned. Please pay attention. Couldn't be me.
Yeah, oh, listen, Ron gave up 10 minutes into this. After the whole made man scenario, I was like, it's gonna be this Courtney we're getting tonight. That's fine. And then he went on like the Jay-Z PR tour. Hey, listen, you know how in fact, I need a little bit of reverb for this. Oh no, it's not working. So then the whole Jay-Z's a good dad, like Jay-Z's a good husband, and then his wife had a great show. I mean, what? I'm just
our friend Greg at Good Ratchet. He's put in the chat that he doesn't believe Courtney. Let's take a poll. Put a 1 in the chat if you don't believe Courtney. Put a 2 in the chat if you think Courtney is a bastion of truthfulness and honesty.
I honestly think that somewhere along the line, he's taken 3 pills instead of 1 pill, and he's just having a good time. And this is
Have an issue with your project management software? Let me guess. Multiple projects, multiple deadlines, needy teammates.
This is legendary.
Okay, so now I'm going to let you all see. Now they have a panel full. They have 4 people on the panel. They got 2 people at the bottom. You may not be able to see them, but now all of them are clowning his dumb self. And, like I said, I don't feel sorry for his idiotic self. That's what he gets for going on there.
Listen, I'm not being funny.
It is legendary.
It would be a different story if we brought on Courtney and we were the ones who made all this happen. It would be outrageous, and it would have been ridiculous. But you all witnessed. I mean, you all seen what happened, right? I mean, you were all there. Oh, Tommy, here's another Kohi.
Okay, so he played himself. Okay, he let them make a whole fool out of him. That's nothing but a minstrel show. Okay, somebody said they're the new Vlad. Honey, they're worse than Vlad as far as I'm concerned. Okay, Vlad's just nosy and inquisitive. They're sitting up there literally making a fool out of him on purpose. Okay, that's what they were doing. I find it all so nefarious, but like I said, he brought that on himself. Okay, so now before I roll out of here, did you guys hear the story about the mother who found the head, a severed head, and the hands in her teen son's room? Did y'all hear about that? Please let me know once in the chat if you heard about it. A severed head and hands in her teenage son's room. I was going to do a whole nother video about that, but I don't really have time, so I'm just going to talk about it right now. Let me see what y'all saying. Okay, we're going to get into it because I have the footage of when the police showed up. And I want you all to pay attention, because what I find interesting is that the police, when they showed up, they were talking to him just as calm and nice, and he was talking to them just as calm. I mean, it was as if they were asking him what he wanted for lunch. It was a very polite and cordial interaction. Whereas I can only imagine how they would have responded had that been someone who looks like me, having been the police called to the scene because someone found a severed head and hands in their home. Okay, please pay attention. I'm about to put this young man's picture up on the screen. His name is Brian Kohi Jr. I'm going to play the interaction when the police pulled up and also him giving his confession. Okay, so here we go. Just pulling this up from my Canva studio. Okay, here we go. Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. Thank you in advance, beloveds. All right, so let's get into it. Now, here's what they report. They say, now he was found guilty, mind you. Okay, so a jury found Brian Kohi II guilty of first-degree murder after about 2 days of deliberation. Kohi, 21, was 19 when he murdered 69-year-old Warren Barnes, a homeless man who was sleeping near Crosby Avenue in February of 2021. And the verdict was read to a full courtroom after 4 p.m. on Friday afternoon. Kohi displayed no visible reaction upon hearing the verdict, which elicited an emotional response from a handful of attendees. They say Warren Barnes lost his life in the most violent of ways. His friends and family, community, they suffer his loss. This is what Trish Marhe says, Assistant District Attorney, or Marhe. Now, this outcome demonstrates the checks and balances that exist within the criminal justice system. Justice prevailed when the jury rendered guilty verdicts, holding the defendant legally accountable for his horrendous crimes. Kohi pleaded not guilty by insanity. During his trial, which started on January the 17th, his attorneys argued that Kohi, his diagnosed mental health disorders, including major depressive disorder, ADHD, and autism combined with environmental stressors, caused him to become insane when he saw Barnes and killed him. This is all lies and BS. I'm going to tell you why he killed him, or you're going to hear him say it himself. Now, in Colorado, in order to be found not guilty, not legally sane at the time of the crime, a person must be found incapable of distinguishing right from wrong at the time of a crime when it's committed, okay, because of a mental disease or defect. He knew that it was wrong. That's why he hid the body parts. Now, the prosecution argued that Kohi had admitted to planning to kill someone. He sure did. So how the hell is he mentally insane to the point that he didn't know what he was doing? Specifically, he planned to kill a homeless person for months and attempted to get rid of Barnes's body, showing that he understood consequences of his actions. Now, 2 psychologists with the state of Colorado who examined Kohi for his insanity plea concluded that he was not insane for the purpose of the plea at the time of the murder. Another psychologist who performed a separate examination on behalf of the defense said Kohi was experiencing a psychotic episode that was triggered by seeing Barnes and abated soon after, rendering him insane. Kohi was also charged with tampering with a deceased human body and tampering with evidence. He was found guilty on both those counts. Kohi was arrested March the 1st of 2021 after his parents found Barnes's head and hands in his closet. He had attempted to get rid of the rest of Barnes's body at the Blue Heron boat ramp where he got his car stuck in the Colorado River. In body camera footage and footage of interviews with investigators, Kohi appeared to freely admit to the murder, saying he wanted to know what it felt like. Does it sound like he's mentally insane? He knows exactly what he was doing. Now, sentencing is scheduled for 9 a.m. on Monday. Barnes' death resonated in the Grand Junction community, particularly among those in the downtown area who knew him as a vociferous reader. A memorial for Barnes was placed in the breezeway between Out West Books and Monique's Bridal on Main Street. Just killed this poor little old man, honey. It's all so sad. But let's get into it because I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to first show you the interaction when the police rolled up. And then we'll go to the confession. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Hold on. Where is it? Okay, here it is right here.
A brilliant. Oh my God.
Okay, I'm going to put an overlay on this.
can't believe it.
At least it's not me in that car, you know?
I can't believe it.
Oh
my God.
It's kind of a time to not really know what to do, so.
what happened? At random, too. Why? I don't get it.
Don't have anything. How old is Brian?
He's 19.
He's 19.
What's going on, man?
Cooperate. I am going to cooperate.
Okay, so parents have some concerns of some stuff they may have found in your room?
Yeah, I believe so.
And what would it be?
A human head and hands.
Like, for real human head and hands?
Yes.
From?
That fellow who went missing recently.
Which fellow was that?
Warren Brown.
Warren Brown? When did he go missing?
The night of the 27th.
The night of the 27th? Okay, and how did you end up with him?
I murdered him.
With what?
A knife.
Why would you have done that?
I've always wondered what murder felt like.
2021, Grand Junction, Colorado. It's the first day of March, and Warren Barnes, a 69-year-old man known to hang outside of Monique's Bridal and Formal Wear on Main Street in downtown Grand Junction, hasn't been seen since Saturday, February 27th.
And if you've ever been downtown, you guys would see him. He
looks
walks
familiar.
Main Street. He's
Brett
always
probably knows him if he's talked to him.
he's always on Main Street, just with his backpack, just walking and coming down to the shop to sit in his chair, pretty much.
How do you know Warren?
I own Monique's Bridal downtown, and I give him a chair to sit and read his books.
Is it a homeless gentleman?
He's not homeless. He stays in a place. He pays for a room every day. He comes back in the shop because we keep his chair inside the shop to deter other people from sitting in it behind my shop.
The woman speaking with police is Monique Lenati. Her business has been mainstay in downtown Grand Junction since 1995. Monique and her daughter spent time getting to know Warren over the 4 years he's been a fixture behind her shop. He loves reading, feeding birds, and eating Subway sandwiches. To outsiders, he may have appeared unhoused or out of work, simply because he wore the same clothes every day. But Warren is different.
Hold on, let me address this comment. Jabber in New York says, Brian does not look like a thug or act like one. He is no threat. The cop is not speaking to him as if he wants to order lunch for him. Shaking my damn head. First of all, what does a thug look like? You see, the point is, it doesn't matter if you look like a thug, because to George, what was the guy's name? George Zimmerman. To him, Trayvon Martin looked like a thug because he was wearing a hoodie. Geraldo Rivera even further reiterated those talking points and also said with his foolish racist rhetoric that not Tamir Rice, but Trayvon Martin looked like a thug because he had a hoodie on. Now, someone can look like a thug. That doesn't mean that they are a thug. This man was a cold-blooded murderer who did it just because he wanted to see what it felt like. Now, he may not look like a thug by the textbook definition of what a thug should look like, because usually when they say that, they're talking about someone of my skin tone. That's not the point. And then when you say that he was no threat, well, you know, a lot of black people that get pulled over on the sides of roads, they're no threats either. They don't have guns. They have no weapons. They're not fighting. They're not doing anything. They're just talking to the police. But somehow they end up dead. Did Philando Castile look like a thug? Was he a threat? He literally told the police officer that he did have a gun and he had a license to carry it. And when he went to pull out his paperwork to prove that, he was shot and murdered in front of his fiance and daughter. He was no thug, and nor did he look like one, and nor was he a threat. So what is your point, Jabber in New York? Okay, at the end of the day, don't sit up here and try to get cute with the queen, honey. All right, and you're saying he was no threat. You don't know whether he was a threat or not. But the difference is whether or not he was a threat, the police didn't see him as a threat because he looks like them. If they see you or me, they will automatically, in many cases, deem us as a threat, even though we are not. George Floyd was not a threat, but he ended up dead on the street. Okay, so I don't know what your point is, okay? But don't come here getting cute with me, especially not about anything dealing with the police and people who look like me, all right? And do I need to drop the link? Would you like to get up here and explain your talking points or your thoughts? Would you like to share? Because I can drop the link because you really just pissed me off. Okay, that's what you just did. That really just pissed me off. And then you're trying to get cute talking about shaking your damn head. No shaking my damn head, because you sound like a raccoon. And this isn't the first time you said some little slick stuff. I let it slide because it really doesn't matter most of the time. But now you pissed me off, okay? So don't get cute with me. Don't do that. Like I said, the police were talking to him like they were ordering him lunch. Just like when they took the murderer Dylan Roof, who went in there and murked all those people that look like us in the church. They took him to Burger King. Now, you let me know when you've ever seen them take somebody who looks like me to Burger King to get them something to eat before they go to jail. Okay? You let me know. That's what you can do. You let me know. Do you want the link or no? Because I got time today, especially when somebody talking crazy. Cops are human and so are people. They make racist mistakes toward the people you named. Oh, yeah, that's mistakes. Shooting someone and murking them, shooting them multiple times until the clip is empty, that's a mistake? No, that's not a mistake. That's intentional. Second of all, what happened to George Floyd was no mistake. Pressing your knee on someone's neck while other people are holding them in a position to where it's difficult for them to breathe, which can lead to positional asphyxia, okay? That's no mistake either. And of course it was done because they're racist. So what are you now, backpedaling? Don't backpedal now, because that was my point. They were talking to him nice and polite because he is white, like them. If that were me or you, and they got a call saying that our mom found a severed head and hands in the closet, do you think they would have walked up on the scene? Oh, hello, how are you? Your mom says that she found some things in your closet. Care to tell us what that was? Oh, it was a head, a for real life human head. Yeah. Well, where did that come from? You think they would have been talking to you like that, fool? Sit down somewhere. Don't even get me started, but let me continue.
Works for a company that does just like temp agency, and they were the ones that actually contacted me because he's never missed work, and they know that he sits behind my shops.
So every morning it's around 6.
Yeah.
Without fail.
Without fail.
7 days a week?
Yes. He is there every morning.
All by himself?
Yeah.
Those who know him quickly take a shine to his kind and gentle soul.
And he's the nicest guy ever. Rough looking, but he is the nicest guy.
And
he buys Pall Mall Red 100s every day. And
Hold on, you guys. Let me just say something, because he really pissed me off. Now, let me just say something else. Do you guys remember the black man down there in Wolf, Texas, named James Jonathan Price? This man broke up an altercation between a white woman and her boyfriend. And then when the police pulled up, he wasn't armed. And he was the person who was de-escalating a situation. When the police pulled up, he kindly walked up to the officer, extended his hand to shake hands with the officer and said, "Hello, officer, how are you?" And the cops shot him and killed him. So I'm sorry. What the hell is Jabber in New York sitting there talking about? Oh, he wasn't talking to him like they asking him for lunch. Yes, the hell he was. Yes, the hell he was. Period.
a donut.
Warren Barnes is quiet and never bothers anyone.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car. Okay, you ready? All right, $118 for car insurance. That's how much I was paying, okay? I picked up the car a few months ago, and watch this, ready? $97 premium, $20 were my fees, $118. Now, I covered up my private information, guys. $39, $118. Check this out, ready? $500 for...
He passes the time reading books, so the locals dubbed him the Reading Man.
But I know he goes to the library a lot as well, because he, like I said, he reads books.
Loves to read.
And Warren has a routine, one you could swear by. So when he didn't show up to work on Monday morning, March 1st, his employers at the temp agency were concerned.
What raised concern with you today to report him missing?
Because the place People Ready called to see if I had seen him, because he didn't show up for work, and he's never once not shown up for work in the 4 years he's been working for them. So I said no, and that I hadn't seen him since Saturday. I don't know. I just have a really bad feeling because it's unlike him. And that's the weird thing is I said, I'll see you tomorrow. He said, I'll be here. I'll see you tomorrow. And then I didn't even think about it when he wasn't there, really.
Does he ever have anybody sit and read with him or
No.
next to him?
Mm-mm.
Has he mentioned talking to anybody?
No, he doesn't associate with a lot of the like transits because he's not like them. He's very intelligent. Like I don't know why he's homeless. I never really got into like why he chose, you know.
I'm sure you asked did he ever talk about his family or where he came from?
So he has, I believe, at least one child, but they don't talk.
Okay.
And he said that they talk maybe once every 3 or 4 years on a holiday, but that he hasn't spoken to
So he
him,
probably didn't go for a visit.
No. He wouldn't have, and if he was, he would have told the people ready place he wasn't going to be there for work. He was very all about having that so he could afford his place to stay.
With no family that she knows of to call upon, Monique decides to start searching for him on her own. She posts a picture of Warren on her Facebook page asking people to be on the lookout. Meanwhile, 5 miles across town, something odd had been unfolding over the weekend. In the Colorado River just off the Blue Heron boat launch, a car is partially submerged in the water. The driver, 19-year-old Brian Kohi, had accidentally driven his 2007 Ford 500 into the river and was in over his head. Literally. So he called his parents, Brian Sr. and Terry Kohi, to come to his aid, and they called the police for further assistance. The tenor of the scene just off the Redlands Parkway is lighthearted. Everyone's laughing and joking around, even though it's in the middle of the night and it's dark and freezing.
Yeah, we made him wait till he was almost 18 before he got his driver's license because we didn't want him having any accidents like they do when they're 16 and 17. And
Gotcha.
things.
This your son right here?
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, partner, you want to come out and talk to me real quick?
Sure.
Appreciate it, man.
Faye says, it's stuff like this that makes me feel ashamed and embarrassed to be white. I know it sounds naive, but I don't believe anybody should be treated differently based on skin tone. It is so sad. It is sad, beloved, but you don't have to feel embarrassed because you're not one of those people that behaves that way. And one thing about it is I don't put all people in one group in the same boat at the end of the day. Because people who talk like jabber in New York make me embarrassed to be black. Because how are you sitting here acting like you don't see the difference or the contrast, or you don't understand what I'm saying when I'm sitting here telling you all that the police were talking to him so nice and calmly, when the police have pulled up on black people for traffic stops, which isn't even a crime. Getting pulled over at a traffic stop, if you were running a red light or you passed a stop sign or whatever, those are not even crimes. Those are just citations, okay? You can get citations for those. That's nothing criminal about it, but they'll pull up and talk to us so rude. Get out of the car, show me your hands, and all of that without even speaking to you sometimes with an ounce of human dignity. So that's why I got so livid when Jabberwock Center act like I'm crazy for making the comparison. But no, beloved, you don't have to feel bad because this don't have anything to do with you, because there are good white people. There are white people who don't behave like that. But there are also some racist ones who act like devils. And the same with some black people who sit up there and act like raccoons. Okay, which is clearly how Jabberwock was acting, in my opinion. Okay, so thank you for your insight, beloved.
I'm really cold. Is it okay if it's in here? Because
he had
okay, that's fine. I did not know that. No, that's, please stay in the car. Yeah. All right. Nobody else in the car?
No.
Okay.
No, just us. I'm the father. That's the mother. And just us son. He just
Sounds
parked 20
good.
minutes ago and said, "Dad, I parked at the boat ramp and I messed up. I tried to get out of the car and it slid down."
Well, you're not hurt, right? You're okay?
No, just a little cold is all.
Just beside your pride a little bit.
And probably $7,000.
Okay. All right, man. Do you have your ID with you, driver's license, by any chance?
I do. Thankfully.
What were you doing down here, bud?
Well, I felt like I needed to get out, and I figured, why not park here and just
relax a little bit,
relax and think.
Okay.
And I parked on the boat ramp, and I thought it would be easy to get out. But when I tried to,
Where did you park exactly? Were you down the hill a little bit?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay.
And then when you got back in, go ahead. When I got back in, I tried to put it in drive, and it didn't go up. So then I tried putting it in low gear, shimmying it a bit. That didn't work.
Were you facing down?
No,
at
I
this
was
point, or were
facing.
you
I was
facing
facing
this way?
up. You back down? Yeah.
A really good
Does
idea.
that seem like the easiest one?
That is very
Because of the propulsion of the rear tires, I figured they'd be able to push.
Okay.
But yeah, then it slid into the river. I was able to get out.
So I was like, it's not a crash. He just
it's like
parked
8 feet
it
out in the water.
He parked it and basically couldn't get it up. It just lost traction, looks like, and then he actually went in it. In the water. He's not hurt at all. So I'm like, how are you gonna get this car out if possible?
20, 180. That's how many clients I'm going to get you, and that's how many days it's going to take me to do it.
Does he need to stay here? Or
I'm sorry?
is he free to go? I'm sure he'd like to go home and get warm.
I'm sure you'd like to get some pants on.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it's not a crash. It's
okay.
Now, I want you all to pay attention. Little did they know that he was literally trying to dispose of a dismembered body. Just think about that. They're sitting there trying to help him. Little do they know that he's murdered somebody and was down there literally trying to get rid of the rest of the body. That's a darn shame, buddy. You never know who your next door neighbors are sometimes. Please pay attention.
This stupid ass.
I'm going to fast forward because this is long.
No, he's always, sometimes he's affectionate,
Now, this is his mother when they're questioning her. Original Copper American Sun Energy said no investigation. Exactly. None whatsoever.
And every night when I say, I love you, Bugs, and he says, I love you too, Mom, and he gives me a hug, and, he's at work when he's supposed to be at work. He's never, other than his behavior issues in high school, it's like there's never really been, anything legal that was, that was a problem. But I was like, when they did his testing, and forgive me because I don't know all of the exact language and stuff, but on the spectrum of his autism stuff, did they kind of give you a range, or did they say we think maybe based on some behaviors they said he was high functioning, that he did the IQ tests well and blah blah blah.
Okay, so I'm going to stop right there. Now I'm going to go to the part where he is talking to the police, okay, giving his confession. Now, mind you, his mother, at least she called the police, because some parents would try to help their kids hide cover up the crime. If you guys remember in Louisiana about 5, 6, 7 years ago, somewhere along there was the two guys that were going to meet this dude to purchase a gun from him off of Craigslist, and they had set them up. They wanted to just murder them. They killed them, dismembered their bodies, put them in a pond, and the mother and father of one of the guys that did it helped them get rid of the body. They all got caught and all went to prison. So at least she turned him in. This is all so nefarious. But so let's go to his confession. I'm not going to show the whole thing because it's like 21 minutes. AJ Matthews said, Queen, if I found a head in my son's room, that ninja on his own. I know that's right, honey. I'm not helping you, honey, police. Okay? Go to jail. Don't stop and go.
See a brief thing here and here. But no one stopped. And I'm just like, proves the bystander effect.
The bystander effect is a well-known social psychological phenomenon where people are less likely to intervene in emergencies when others are present. Brian's suggestion that society is cold-hearted, implying that no one would have helped his victim, Warren Barnes, only adds to the disturbing nature of his confession. Ironically, in the next sentence, he proceeds to describe in chilling detail how he gruesomely chopped his victim into pieces. This contrast between his judgment of society and the horrifying brutality he inflicted on another human reveals a deeply disturbed and detached mindset.
And then I cut off his hands. I put those in plastic Ziploc bags. And then I cut off his right arm at this joint and at this joint. And then at this arm, I tried cutting it here, and then I tried cutting it here. But what happened was, I accidentally broke his bone, and then I took the head, put it in a leftover box from the dinner a few nights ago, and then I took the hands, put them in the back, drove home, hid the hands and head in my room, cleaned the knife, threw away the garbage with the blood on it, and then I tried going to sleep. But I was worried that because there was a hole in my gloves right here, I was worried that they would be able to obtain a partial print. So I figured, why not go all the way?
After getting back home and cleaning up after the murder, Brian noticed a hole in one of his gloves that could potentially link back to him. To eliminate DNA traces and cover his tracks, he came up with the idea of disposing the body in a lake. But it turned out to be a grave mistake that quickly drew his mother and the police into the crime scene.
I drove back in a different outfit, picked up his body, put it in my trunk, and drove to the Blue Heron drop-off station. The ramp is quite steep, and you need to have four-wheel drive to pull out of it. Okay. And my car didn't. I put it in reverse, A, so that it's easier to pull the body out, and B, because the back tires would provide propulsion to push up. Right. And I open the trunk, I take his body out, I put it in the water. So I just try moving it with my shoes. That works successfully. He goes out some part in the river and floats off. Then when I tried to inevitably try it out, my car didn't come out. From Blue Heron. Yeah, from Blue Heron. Yeah. My car was stuck. And so then I tried putting it in low gear. I'm trying everything at this point. Right. And it still doesn't come out. And then it slides into the river. Oh! My car slides into the river, me inside. It is the middle of February. It's cold. At night. Yeah. In the river that's almost freezing. Yeah. I'm drenched. I almost died. So I'm able to climb out, and I'm sitting there. I need to act fast or else I'll die of hypothermia. I'm panicking a bit at this point. I'm going to be like, this is what I'm going to be remembered for, dying of hypothermia and a botched attempt at hiding a body. And I'm just like, fuck. So I'm running. So I go up the road, and I'm trying to flag down a car. One doesn't come by for 5 minutes. Eventually it does. And it was an old high school friend.
By coincidence, a car driven by Brian's old high school friend happened to stop nearby. Brian used his friend's phone to call his mother, fabricating a story about going out late at night to clear his mind. He claimed that his car slid into Lake Blue Heron because he had parked too low. This explanation led to the police being called to the scene, initially thinking it was just a typical teenage car accident. However, as they investigated further and towed the car away, they began to sense that something was off.
I don't know. He's right there. I'm going to talk to him. Bye.
For
Searched through my room and they found the head and hands.
The fact that Brian Kohi kept body parts of his victim and stored them in the family home is truly shocking and disturbing. One can only imagine the shock and disbelief that his parents must have experienced when they discovered limbs and a dismembered head in Brian's room. Despite his troubled past, this act was beyond extreme, and it eventually led to the arrest and subsequent interrogation of him.
You know, Brian, I have to ask, a lot of people that we have talked with,
They're silent.
Well, or they're just not as well spoken as you are, to be honest with you. You're very articulate.
I think I'm bad with words.
It is fascinating to observe an interrogation where the suspect not only willingly admits to the crime, but also seems to derive pleasure from confessing every detail. In some instances, socially awkward individuals experience an unexpected surge of confidence, freely sharing their thoughts and providing intricate information with an unusual sense of assurance. This pattern resonates with Brian's somewhat awkward and introverted personality, suggesting that this interrogation might be the first time he feels comfortable expressing himself to people who not only listen, but also display genuine interest in his words.
So before this guy, how close had you come in the past?
Not at all.
Not at all? You just drive around?
Yeah, well, just try and find.
You see anybody interesting?
No.
In your mind thought of a plan?
Well, occasionally when you see girls walking down the street, I take a glance at him because it really is like a temper where half of me says, well, I'm quite inept with women. I'm being honest, I'm no Casanova. But half of me says, I want to take that girl home and make her feel nice. And the other half of me, just like what Ed said, is I want to see what her head looks like on a stick.
It is unsettling to comprehend that individuals with such disturbing thoughts exist within society. The prevention of Warren Barnes's murder is a complex matter, and we can never be certain of what could have stopped it from happening. Ultimately, it appears to be the result of an egotistical and deeply evil mind. Brian's curiosity about the sensation of taking someone's life was so intense that he was willing to commit this heinous act, knowing it could lead to a lifetime behind bars, all for an experience lasting mere seconds. Such acts challenge our understanding of human nature and the lengths to which some individuals are driven by dark and disturbing impulses.
When did you start thinking about killing people?
6 months ago.
So, how old are you?
I turned 19 last month.
So when thinking
January,
back,
2 months ago.
okay, thinking back, it sounds like you killed a cat.
Well, actually, I was thinking of killing people during the cat, but I wasn't acting on it. But I started seriously thinking about killing people a year ago.
How about when you were 12? Did you think about killing
No.
people? So what in your life has changed, or what in your mind has changed to make you know?
Years before the murder, Brian's urge to kill people gradually intensified, and he would frequently drive around late at night with what he referred to as a kill kit, a box filled with tools and weapons for both murder and torture. His initial plan was to kidnap and torture a prostitute. However, one night when he was caught with the kill kit, he was given an ultimatum by his parents. He had to either dispose of everything or face the risk of having the police called on him, possibly leading to charges of conspiracy.
If I go back that night, probably wouldn't have done it. Knowing that, knowing what it felt like, knowing how this will all turn out, I wouldn't have done it.
Well, what did you think it was going to feel like? What did you said you were curious. What did you think it was going to feel like?
I thought it would be the best feeling in the world.
Okay. What do we need to know about you that we haven't had?
I was planning to go into the military.
Okay.
Planning to go into forensics or nursing, and eventually go into law enforcement.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
How come go to forensics and then to law enforcement?
Forensics helps with the law enforcement degree.
As the case unfolded in court, Brian ironically found himself entangled with the same law enforcement he once aspired to join. Kohi chose to plead not guilty by reason of insanity to all the charges. However, the court allowed little room for debate, and he was ultimately convicted of first-degree murder, along with tampering with a deceased human body and evidence. As a consequence, he received a life sentence in prison without the possibility of parole.
The jury finds Kohi guilty for murder in the first degree, guilty for 2 counts of tampering with a deceased human body, and guilty for tampering with physical evidence.
I would just like to express our family's deep and sincere sympathies to the community and the family of Mr. Barnes.
Warren Barnes, affectionately known as the reading man of Grand Junction, was widely recognized for his deep passion for books and his selfless nature. Despite being homeless, he left a lasting impression as an exceptionally kind and hard-working individual, supporting himself and politely declining food offered by others. In his honor, a memorial was placed on the very bench where he used to read, forever preserving his memory in the heart of the community.
Okay, that is so darn sad. That is so sad. Condolences to the family, friends, and loved ones of Warren Barnes. And here's the thing. Warren Barnes was not homeless. They kept saying that throughout the broadcast. But the lady who owned the bridal shop that he used to sit in front of and read his books every day, she said that he wasn't homeless. I saw the interview with her. She specifically said that he was not homeless. He was a man who just liked to come and read. He'd like to sit out in front of her shop and read his books. And that's probably why he declined food, because he had his own food. He wasn't homeless, though someone may have mistook him from being homeless, as she said, because he wore the same clothes every day. So with that up and said, let me just tell you something. I want you to pay attention to two key things in this. That murderer was well on his way to becoming a full-on serial killer. That's what he was going to become. He was going to be a serial killer because the things that he talked about doing are the same things. Now, let's not forget, guys, you guys know that I'm a serial killer expert. I'm not just saying that. I was deemed a serial killer expert by Dr. Eric Hickey, one of the world's most renowned serial killer experts in this country specifically. He worked with my school when I was in college. He worked with us on an anniversary, investigation that we did about the Atlanta child murders. Now, I know you guys think that case was solved, but it wasn't. Wayne Williams was only convicted of murdering the adults, not the children. Okay. So anyway, we did a cold case on that because I worked with the Cold Case Institute when I was in college for criminal justice. Nonetheless, I am a whole serial killer expert. And what I can tell you is this. He was on his way to becoming one because some of the things that he said, he was mimicking. I don't know if it was on purpose, if he was watching or following Ted Bundy's story, reading things about him, or maybe that was just the psychology of him. But he's a psychopath, okay? He's a psychopath. He was born that way. He was born without the ability to have a conscience. And also, he was saying, he was doing some of the things that Ted Bundy did. He was riding around looking for victims. He had this insatiable urge to kill. He wanted to know what it felt like. Well, it obviously felt good to him, so he would have done it again. You could tell that it felt good to him because he was laughing when he talked about it. He didn't seem or show any signs of remorse. He had no ability to show remorse. Okay, he's not wired that way. Another thing is, the tools that he had in his vehicle that his mother and father made him get rid of. He was riding around with those things in his car. That's the same thing Ted Bundy was doing. And it was absolutely premeditated. That's why he was convicted of first-degree murder. Okay, he was absolutely premeditating. He knew that if he found the right victim, the right target, while he was out there, he knew what he was going to do to them. And so had he not gotten caught, he would still be killing. And also, another thing that reminds me of Ted Bundy with him is the fact that he wanted to work with law enforcement. He said that he wanted to work in forensics, right? The thing is, I want you all to pay attention to that because a lot of these police officers who you see have these records of being brutal and just beating people, or that just go out there and murder somebody and shoot them so many times or whatever. Some of them have that same psychology. I want you to think about that. Some of them have that same psychology. People like that often want to work in law enforcement because then they can have legal access to murdering people. Because guess what? He wanted to work in forensics. Well, then that means that he would know all about how to cover up and conceal his crimes. Okay? Because that's what you learn in forensics. You learn how to find out things, when you're investigating a case, but you also know how things are hidden so things go undetected. So that's what he was doing. Ted Bundy was going to college or went to college for criminal justice. Same thing I went to college for. Ted Bundy knew a lot about laws, okay? And he was good at concealing his crimes. That's why he got away with it for years. Ted Bundy was also an organized serial killer. Some serial killers are unorganized and they usually get caught a whole lot quicker. But the ones who are organized usually go for years undetected. Okay, and they look clean cut and they look like the guy next door and they don't look like thugs. They just look like regular, everyday, normal people. The difference between him and Ted Bundy is that Ted Bundy was handsome, was a nice looking man. So he was able to lure female victims with his charisma and his charm and his good looks. This dude looked socially awkward. So he was more of the Jeffrey Dahmer type as the looks, in the looks department. But as the psychology of him, he had many of the hallmark signs of Ted Bundy. I want you all to pay attention because you never know what somebody is thinking, what somebody has on their mind. The mother and father knew something wasn't right about him. They knew he was off to a degree, specifically when they found those instruments, those tools of murder that he had on him. Okay? I want you all to pay attention. AJ Matthews says, like the B2K killer. Yes, the B2K killer would never have gotten caught. He literally got away with it for 30 years. It was only when the 30-year anniversary came and he decided to taunt the police and put out some information that he thought he had deleted anything that would link it back to him. But little did he know that forensics these days, you can absolutely find something even if it's been deleted. And that's how he got caught. But he absolutely would never have gotten caught, I don't believe, just like the Zodiac Killer. Another thing is, there is the Green River Killer, who was specifically targeting prostitutes. And that's what that young man wanted to do, target prostitutes. That's what he said. But since he couldn't find one, that person did well for him. He just wanted to kill. I want you all to pay attention. It's just all nefarious. And at the end of the day, listen, by a show of hands, because I told you guys I'm switching it up this year. I'm switching it up. I think I'm going to go back to some of the things I used to do. So what I'm thinking is doing spiritual stuff on this channel on Mondays. I'm still going to talk about the trending topics, Jay-Z, Diddy, and all that stuff. But I also think that I'm going to have Metaphysical Mondays where we have spiritual things on here on Monday. And then I'm thinking about going back to my true crime things, where I talked about the serial killers and told you all these stories and all that. I think I'll go back to doing that. But rather than doing it on the separate channel like I have, I think I'll do that on here, maybe on Saturdays. Okay? And then the paranormal activity. So what do you guys think? Once in the chat, if you all want me to do those things, implement those things, because I'm trying to get out of the algorithm with some of these people that just tell lies to be lying. And I don't want to be considered a celebrity gossiper, because that's not what the queen is. I'm no one-trick pony. Please pay attention. Okay, Pretty Wings says true crime. Okay, everybody's putting ones. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Okay, so we'll probably do those types of broadcasts for the true crime, the paranormal activity, or whatever. We'll probably do those late at night. I don't know if I'm going to do the paranormal activity, but I'm definitely going to do the true crime, because that's one of my favorite things. And for those of you who missed it, I'm working on a true crime book right now about a nefarious serial killer. Okay, and so that all being said, Pink Kenvy says, I like Spiritual Monday. Okay, great. Thank you, beloved. Okay, so we're going to have Metaphysical Mondays. And listen, I'm going to come back later on this evening, you guys. I'm not sure what time, but I'm supposedly going to come back this evening. I hope I'm having time to do it, to talk about the predictions that I have for you guys. I was going to do it last night, but we ended up talking about something else that y'all wanted to hear, because y'all are messy. Because y'all are all real messy. Please pay attention. Okay? Stroller says, Queen, when you say nefarious, it kills me. Okay? Reggie says your true crime algorithm is going up. Is going to go up. Thank you, beloved. Okay, so listen, I love you all to life. I hope you enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Purple X says, I want a personalized copy of that book, Queen, when it's published. Oh, absolutely. Okay, so now listen. Don't forget, guys, to go and visit my shop. Okay, that's attached to my YouTube channel. I have some lovely designs with some of my favorite catchphrases. I have some for the spiritual quotes that I do as well. Okay, so that all been said, I will talk to you all later. All right. And you know, like I said, always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives.
Hit him with that flavor. All in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. That's See right. A bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece. This time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got